2026 will be a decisive year in the battle between CodeGen tools. I think the main battle will play out between Claude Code and Cursor. I don't think there will be any major new entrants to tackle these two. It's going to be Claude Code or Cursor at the end of 2026. I think there will be a rip of acquisitions across the board of relatively premature new generative AI projects and CodeGen projects, and also more support software like code review, agent orchestration, agent observability. We're going to see a ton of these brand new companies. They've just existed in the last 2 years, are going to be acquired by the big boys. Between Claude Code and Cursor, I personally see Cursor winning because I just don't think the terminal is a great UX. I think seeing diffs and kind of running everything in terminal just does not feel good. It doesn't really make that much sense to me. I don't really understand the hype. I have tried it. It didn't really work. And I think that they will eventually keep adding more and more features to turn it into something like an IDE, because that's what originally happened with terminals anyway. We'll see. I could be completely wrong. I see a lot of smart people using it too, and I know really good people who have built really incredible things in it. So I look forward to being proven wrong on this one. I do think that, especially if you have a really big code base and lots of patterns in that code base that you need to pay like a lot of attention to, Cursor is going to win because you can see it a lot more easily and quickly, and all the file changes and diffs. So that's my bet there. My other prediction is that after we see our clear winner at the end of the year, and that it's Cursor, and that Claude Code starts to look more like Cursor than the other way around, software development is going to be permanently different. I know everybody is saying this anyway, but I expect a few major model releases, especially Cursor's Composer, that are just going to blow people away and move us way further into uncharted territory for what it means to build software. I think we're going to be able to prompt really massive, complex new pieces of software and refactors really, really quickly. And it's just going to be wild. I do think that Lovable and Bolt and everything like that will stay in the realm of like Webflow, amateur developers, WordPress style things. There will be a cottage industry of devs who help people clean these up, finish them out, and turn them into real products. So I think a lot of devs are going to eat well from Lovable and Bolt and all of those. A lot of the apps that are going to be built on these platforms that I've already seen, and I'm in all of these discords, I'm watching what people build. I think they're going to be either super, super custom to a really unique use case that someone has always wanted to build in their industry, but they never had a dev to do it for them. Or it'll be super generic. You know, they're going to make a to-do list and they're going to be super stoked about their to-do list. Or they're going to build nonsense that's not going to do anything and just consume tokens. All three options are great. I am always pro people building things. So I'm for everything that people build on Lovable and Bolt. I will say, like, Webflow and WordPress are quite seasoned, and they already solve 95% of software needs for most people, to be completely honest. People are maybe too lazy, or they don't realize that they can go into WordPress and find a billion different CRMs in the marketplace there that are ready for them. And, you know, you add a few tweaks and boom, you have a CRM for anything you need and it's ready to go. I don't think people actually realize that that is already a thing. So I do think that CodeGen products feel new, but they are the same thing. It was like earlier last year, somebody came out with a landing page generator from prompt to landing page. Like, it was this crazy idea, but I mean, landing page generators have been around for years, and it's an extremely, you know, solved problem with very, very finite constraints to it for the most part in 99% of cases. So very interesting how people are seeing it as a brand new thing, but in many ways it's not. We're kind of reinventing Webflow and WordPress from first principles. I do think these things are much better. You will be able to prompt a higher quality landing page or higher quality CRM than you would have been able to in WordPress. But right now you probably have a much more stable and consistent experience using something from WordPress out of the box. I think mobile app generators are a very interesting space. That's something I watch very closely. I'm a mobile app developer myself. I love building mobile apps. I love the space and watching other builders. I think that they will continue to proliferate and commoditize. I've seen a bunch come out, sort of an expensive race there that I don't envy any of those teams, because mobile apps are very interesting. It's a more constrained space, a more constrained workflow, more very, very specific things that you want to build on a mobile app, and especially with a generator. You know, nutrition tracker, take a picture of my food to see how many calories we're going to see. We've already seen 1 billion of those. We're going to see 1 billion more. I do think that building 90% of a mobile app is basically a very, very solved specific thing, and we're gonna just see a lot of these tools, and they're gonna be very, very undifferentiated. I think that where some of them will come out ahead is to frame the entire product and value prop in a new way. So capturing value here will happen not in the like build your app positioning of the product, but more somewhere in the here's how to make income from your app. So if you sell people on the income and sort of the end stage where you include the marketing and you include the branding and you include, app store optimization and all of that and TikTok marketing and whatever, that is like the main chunk of work in these things. So if you can include that, you will probably be ahead in that space. And there's like so many influencers in mobile apps that are very highly regarded. So if you can capture them, you are probably going to do really well. One final thing I want to say is that everyone's talking about how we won't need devs in the future. The devs are cooked, whatever, but a lot of that is sensationalized. Here's what I'm actually seeing. The devs are working harder than ever. Okay. The devs in SF are working 996. I hadn't even heard of that term before this year. The hardcore grinder culture is back in SF. It's all over X. Hiring language has shifted from like, oh, like we're maybe hiring, maybe not hiring right now, to we are looking for like the hardest, baddest elite commando. We want you to sleep in the office. We want you to eat bugs for breakfast. You will never work as hard in your life as you will here. And that's what teams are begging for. That's what teams are saying they need. So even though their hiring is still quite shit, they are aggressively trying to find extremely hardworking people. There's a dissonance there between, oh, the AI is writing most of the code and look how many PRs I'm putting out, but like, where is this software? Where is this like incredible new software? It doesn't actually exist. There's nothing that's special, like truly amazing and special that has come out of this besides the CodeGen tools and tools like Gamma or whatever. And like some teams I think are shipping very, very fast. I would say Riverside is another team that ships really, really fast. Teams are much smaller, so that's interesting, but teams are also desperately hiring for hardcore killers. There's that. Those are my predictions for 2026. Drop your own in the comments. Tell me why I'm wrong or tell me why I'm dumb. Have a happy new year, everyone, and a great rest of your holidays. Thank you.